Your business will only grow to the capacity that you're willing to grow. If you're stuck in the same place, take a look at yourself first.
Welcome to Thrive by Design, the podcast for ambitious, independent jewelry brands looking to profit from their products. Get ready to make more and sell more doing what you love without spending every single waking minute doing it. Hey, and if you're a creative, fashion, or product-based business, I want to welcome you to the show. I'll be dropping big tips on launching, growing, and scaling your business so you can spend more of your precious time using your creativity to make money. You ready? All right, let's do this.
Welcome to the Thrive by Design podcast, episode 399. Hey there, it's Tracy Matthews here, Chief Visionary Officer of Flourish Thrive Academy. And today I want to have a little tough love conversation, just for fun though. You know, I've worked with a lot of people who have a difference of mindset, I guess is the best way to put it. Those that are incredibly successful in the way that they think about themselves and their business, and those that have been struggling for years, basically their entire career. In fact, early on, mentoring at Flourish and Thrive, we worked with a jewelry designer slash maker slash jewelry artist, I guess probably is a better way to categorize her. I've never seen someone create more innovative pieces. Like the pieces that she were coming off of her bench were amazing. She was more of like an art jeweler. They're very sculptural, very architectural, and people actually really love what she did. She could not sell a piece of jewelry for her life. Even when people were complimenting her, she could not ask for money. She had such a ingrained story, I guess, or something that was going on under the surface about how attached she was to the outcome of that product. Like Jason always says, my partner, you're the creator, not the creation. And a lot of people really tie this value into the products that they sell and they can't detach from it. And so what ends up happening is that they become their own worst enemy and sabotage themselves and sabotage their business. And there are so many examples of this, not outside of this specific example, of how successful business owners can keep moving forward when things get tough versus how other business owners will struggle and continue to be in the same place because they haven't quite figured out how to grow themselves. So this comes out of a post at a download, from my spirit guides or whatever. And I got this PSA. Your business will only grow to the capacity that you're willing to grow. If you're stuck in the same place, take a look at yourself first. And this has been a huge process of discovery for me because for the past couple of years, I shared an episode about this several months ago, maybe in September, about how I had realized that I was in a trauma loop with my business and how that was preventing me from growing. And it wasn't until I cleared that trauma that everything shifted and started to change. It was like Groundhog's Day. I'm like, I'm doing all the work. I'm doing all the things. I'm taking all of the actions that I need to do to grow my business. But I kept butting up against the same wall, the same glass ceiling, the same thing. And it wasn't until I was willing to either let it all go or clear the energy and rise up as a new version of me that things started to shift and my business started growing. And it's been fascinating. And the reason why I'm sharing this story is because I've experienced this many times in my life. When I've been stuck or hit a glass ceiling or been up against something really hard, I've always had to take a look at myself first. I haven't always wanted to, and I haven't always done it. But when the pain got too great, I had to say, what is my contribution here? And in fact, I was working with one of my healers recently who she told me something about decision making. And she tied this back to something that happened when I was in 6th grade and how this experience that I had of making a decision about a friend group where I kind of chose a different friend over this other friend, and how that ramification has filtered through into not trusting myself in decision making. And it wasn't until literally now that I actually identified, I'm like, oh, that is why I'm not confident. That's why I have been before not confident in making certain decisions in my business. It's not every decision. I'm a good decision maker and I can be decisive, but there had been an air of like, am I making the right decision to move forward? Because there's this fear that if I don't make the right decision, I'll be abandoned, or the marketing campaign's going to tank, or I'm not going to get the right customers, or we're going to attract the wrong people. Like all these things that go through our heads, right? But the second you clear that, and the second you keep working on yourself and be growth oriented. And so what I mean by that is that as a business owner, it is your responsibility to keep, number one, leveling up your skills. Number two, leveling up your knowledge. Number three, delegating down the things that are not the best use of your time. And number four, working on your mindset and business acumen daily. And so I'm kind of weaving mindset and big business acumen kind of in the same thing, but they're actually two separate things, because we always want to be, I mentioned earlier, up-leveling our skill set, but the mindset is huge, because if you are operating in a lower vibe or a lower mindset in a way that is not resonating with where you're going in business, you will never get there. You will never, ever get there. And so it's your responsibility to change that vibration, because I want to tell you and remind you, your business will only grow to the capacity that you're willing to grow. If you're stuck in the same place, take a look at yourself first. If you're stuck in the same place, take a look at yourself first. All right, are you ready? Are you ready to look at yourself first? So here's the thing. If you're doing awesome, awesome. Just remember this mantra, like be introspective, be growth oriented, take full responsibility for your outcomes. Learn what you need to learn. Get a coach, get support. Join us for a program like Train Your Customers to Buy From You Online. This is the best way to continue growing. And I'm going to wrap up this episode. I'm going to keep it short today. That was my little mindset pep talk for the week. And I wanted to just let you know that we are open for enrollment for our Train Your Customers to Buy From You Online program. This is our online selling workshop. We're running this cohort in the spring this year, and we're very excited about it because it is one of the programs that gets our students the most tangible results in the shortest period of time, because it is a 12-week focused intensive on actionable strategies that you can implement to grow your online sales on an ongoing basis. So it's simple. Everything we teach is very simple. It's not complicated. It's just about implementation and taking action. So if you're interested in learning more and you'd like to 10x your website traffic, start converting at 3% instead of 1% on your website, get more qualified leads, all the things, and you want to build a cycle of repeat customers that are buying from you directly to increase your profit margins, to increase your cash flow, to increase your effectiveness, then head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/TYC. This program is perfect for designers who are already making at least at a very minimum $5,000 a month, but it works for designers at all stages. I say $5,000 a month because it is not a program for beginners who don't have sales or a business, but we have designers and makers in that program and jewelry business owners who are doing anything from about $65,000 a year all the way upwards of millions, because many of the people who are in the higher level, they've done really well selling in their retail store or wholesale, but they haven't figured out the online sales thing yet. So this is for you. If you want to grow your business, head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/TYC and let us help you scale your online sales.